Our project is on rescheduling algorithms. So we have made a GUI for it. So I will be running this GUI now. So we have made this GUI in NetBeans IDE. For this GUI, you will need to install some jar files. So I've installed it, and I have installed the version 1.0.19 of JFree charts. You can just install it by right-clicking on Add Jar Folders. Locate it where the downloaded file is. This would be a zip file, so you need to unzip it first. Then go into library. You don't need to include all the jar files, but the most important two are this JCommon 1.0.23 and JFree 1.0.19. I have already included these in my project, so I won't be including it. You just need to click on open and this would be included in your project. So I will just run this project now. So this is our main page of the GUI mainframe. So in this, you need to first select the algorithm which you need to see. So when I click on OK, the FCFS frame would be open. So I have put a lot of validations over here. So entering no input, and when I will click on computer graph, so there will be an error shown that one or more fields are empty. So I first need to add some inputs. Moreover, if I add a disk request and click on add, so this will show an error to enter the disk size because the disk request cannot be greater than the disk size. So first we need to enter what is the disk size. So I will just enter the disk size as 200 and click on add. The entry would be added. Moreover, now also if I click on compute, it will show one or more fields as empty because I haven't added the initial head request. So suppose I will add it as 300 and click on compute. So it will show the error that initial head position cannot be greater than the disk size, because obviously how can be the head position greater than the disk size? So I need to enter a number which is less than 200 and greater than 0. So I will add it as 50. I can also delete a disk request just by selecting that request and click on delete, and it will be deleted. So I will just show you an example. So I am adding few requests over here. And when I click on compute, here will be the total seek time which the OS needs to address all these disk requests. And in this sequence, the disk request would be addressed. So when I click on the graph, it will show a graph for the FCFS rescheduling algorithm, which the OS will use. In this manner, the OS will execute the request. First, the disarm would be on 50 track number, then it will go on 82, then 170, then 43 disk request, then 140, 24, 16, and 190. So in this manner only the disk request has come, and in this manner only the OS will address that disk request. You can also click on compare all. So what will this do is that it will give an idea of how much time each algorithm will take for this given set of input. So the smallest the sector size, the better would be the algorithm for the given set of inputs, as this will give you the least average seek time. So when I hover on any sector, so you will see that the seek time is shown for SSTF, and for look left and for SSTF, the seek time is equal. So these two algorithms would be best fit for the given set of inputs. You can also save this graph by clicking on save, entering some name. I would be giving as FCFS and click on OK. The image will be saved, and where it will be saved, where your project is there. And go to documents, wherever have you made your project, it will be saved in that project only. So I made my project in documents and in the folder NetBeans project. So here it is. So this is the graph which I just showed you. So moving on to the next algorithm, just click on close and this frame will be closed, and I will just click on the second algorithm, which is shortest seek time first. So all the validations are there in each and every frame. So I will just show you how this algorithm works. So I will be entering the same inputs. So when I click on compute, you can see the seek time is 208, which we just saw before, and this is the seek sequence in which the OS would be addressing the request. So you can see the graph also. What shortest seek time first rescheduling does is that it will first calculate all the seek time for all the requests before starting execution in the queue itself, and then it will first address that request which have the shortest seek time. So when I see in these inputs, my initial head position is 50, and for the disk request 43, the seek time would be 7, which would be least for the given set of disk requests. So first 43 would be executed, Then moving on to the next request, it will calculate which request will have least seek time when calculated from 43. So we will see that from 24, the seek time would be least of 19. So the next disk request is 24, which would be addressed, and in this manner, all the seek requests would be executed. So clicking on compare, it will show an analytical representation of all the seek times for all the algorithms which have been implemented, and it is also there in all the frames. You just need to click on compare all, and this is the save button which I already showed you before. So I will just close this frame and move on to the next algorithm, which is scan algorithm. I will just click on OK, and the scan algorithm frame opens. So in scan, what happens is the disk arm moves in a particular direction and it addresses the request coming in that direction. And on reaching the end of the disk, it reverses its direction and starts addressing the remaining request. You will get a clear idea once I run the GUI. So I will just enter the inputs and so when I click on compute, there would be an error showing select the direction, because first you need to choose the direction in which you want the OS to search the request from or address the request from. So I will just select left for example and click on compute, and it will show the total seek time as 240 and the sequence in which the request would be addressed. And when I click on graph, this is the graph which would be generated. Since I have clicked left, so first the OS will address the request which would be on the left of the 50 track number. So on the left of 50 track number, the disk request of 43, 24, 16. But the scan algorithm would go till the end of the disk. So it goes till 0 and then reverses its direction and moves towards right and executes the remaining requests, which are 82, 140, 170, and 190. So this is the scan algorithm with direction set as left, and now I will choose direction as right. Click on compute. You can see there is a difference in the seek time and also the seek sequence. This is because the main difference that will be noticed would be in the first request that would be addressed in the left direction. The difference between the seek time of 50 to 43 was 7, and in this 50 to 82 is 32. And the second difference which is affecting the seek time is this, because in right direction it is going till 199, but in the left algorithm it is going to 0. So this is the difference which you see. That is in left, you would have observed that the seek time would be calculated between 82 and 0, and here it is calculated between 199 and 43, which is obviously a large number as compared to the seek time between 82 and 0. So hence the seek time is greater in scan with direction chosen as right. So just click on compare all and you will get to see all the seek times for all the algorithms. So in scan left, you were getting 240 as a seek time, and in scan right, as you saw that it is coming as 332. So moving on to the next algorithm, which is C-scan, or also known as circular scan. The C in C-scan stands for circular. It is similar to the scan, but the difference is that the arm moves in a particular direction to address the request, and on reaching the end of the disk, it reverses its direction, moves towards the other end of the disk, addressing no requests, and then again starts to address the remaining requests. So I will just show you the execution of this algorithm and you will get a better picture how it occurs. So I am selecting the direction as left. Like in most of the books, you will see that in C-scan algorithm and C-look algorithm, which will be covered in the later part of this video. So you will see that they have not mentioned direction in C-scan and C-look, but I included this as an interactive GUI. If you don't want to include it, that's absolutely on you, but it would be better if you include directions in C-scan and C-look algorithm also. So I have clicked on compute and it shows that the seek time is 366. There won't be much difference when I select right, but the seek time is changed and it is equal to 391. So I will just show you graph and the direction set is as right. So as you can see that I've selected the direction as right, and it has addressed first all the requests which are on the right of track number 50, and on reaching the end of 199, it's straight going to the other end of the disk without addressing any requests. You can see that there is one straight line between 199 and 0, And on reaching 0, it again started to execute the requests in the same right direction in which it was earlier addressing. So this is the CSCAN algorithm. The difference between CSCAN and SCAN would be on reaching 199, the SCAN algorithm would address the remaining requests, that is 16, 24, and 43. But in CSCAN, first it moved to 0 and then started addressing 16, 24, and 43. Why CSCAN is better than SCAN algorithm, though it gives you a more average seek time, is that if some of the requests which are not addressed in the right direction, so that would also be addressed because the direction for addressing the request is same. But in SCAN algorithm, there is a possibility that a request has not been addressed. So this is the advantage of CSCAN over SCAN algorithm. So I will just show you with the left direction. Click on compute. It shows that seek time is 366, and this is the graph for it. In this, the point where there is a difference in the seek time would be between the initial head request and the first request it is executing. So as you can see, the first request in left is 43, so the seek time between them is 7. But in the direction selected as right, the first request would be address would be 82. So the difference between them is 32, and this is what is highlighted when we see the total seek time in the two algorithms. So this is the CSCAN algorithm. Moving to next, this is the look algorithm. So in look, what happens is the disk moves in a particular direction until the last disk request. Like in SCAN algorithm, we just saw that the OS was moving till the end of the disk. But in this, it will reverse its direction once it reaches the last request in that particular direction, and then it will again reverse the request, reverse its direction, and start moving in the opposite direction. So I will just enter some input so you will get a clear idea about this algorithm. 2, 170, 40, 190. Again, in this algorithm, direction is in mandatory input. So I will select direction as left, click on compute, and it shows that the total seek time is 208. And in this sequence, the request would be addressed. So I click on graph, and you can see that instead of going till the end of this, that is end 0, the algorithm reverses its direction from 16 requests itself. So this is the difference between look algorithm and scan disk scheduling algorithm. The rest of the things are same. So you can click on compare all to get an idea of the seek time for all the algorithms. And when I click on write and compute, the seek times comes to be 314. And you can see here that the direction is reversed when it comes to this request 190, and instead of going till 199 and then reversing its direction, so it avoids unnecessary traversal and reduces the total seek time also as compared to scan algorithm. So coming to CLOOK algorithm, so this is similar to the CSCAN algorithm, but in this, the difference is same as in the difference between scan and look algorithm, that in CLOOK algorithm, the disk reverses its direction when it reaches the last request in that direction. So I will just execute and with some inputs. One second. So you can make this algorithm without giving the user the option of selecting the direction, but I wanted to make it user friendly, so I gave an option of direction also. So I'm selecting direction as left, and when I click on compute, the seek times comes to be 316. Like you can see that the direction is reversed when the disk reaches 16, this request, but then it traverses till the end of the next request, that is 190, and again starts addressing the request. The seek times comes to be 341, and this is what I explained. Like in this, first this would move in the right direction, and then it will straight move towards the last request, which is on the left direction, and again start addressing the remaining requests in the right direction. So I have given you a brief about how each and every algorithm is executed. Thank you. You can just click on exit and the program will be terminated. Thank you.